You are really disappointed.
Side to Papsar, who swings across in, near post. Oh, it's gone in, has it?
I told you, don't underestimate Manchester United. And here you have it, because Benjamin Šeško has reached an agreement with Manchester United.
Okay, I don't say this lightly, but this Man United attack is terrifying.
Clean through.
He's clean through, Cunha!
There's a slip from Erving. Shoot, he says. Oh my goodness!
We're talking about goals, goals, goals from everywhere. And after what happened last season, this rebuild has turned into a front line that can hurt you from every angle. But how good is this attack? Well, let's talk about it. Last season is one Manchester United fans would rather erase from memory. It wasn't just disappointing, it was bad in every department you'd measure a team by. But if we're being honest, the defense wasn't the real problem. Defensively, United were a bit solid enough. Not strong, but it was okay. With players like Yoro, Maguire, De Ligt, Martinez, Mazraoui and Dalot, there was structure and discipline at the back. The real issue was the attack. Time and again, United found themselves in situations where they needed someone to step up and finish chances, and no one did. The perfect example was the Europa League final against Tottenham. United kept things tight at the back, but Spurs managed to nick one goal. That's the moment where a big team responds. You expect your forwards to rise to the occasion, to make something happen. But United didn't have that player. The attack just couldn't produce when it mattered most. That game felt like the final confirmation for Amorim. The problem wasn't the defense, it was up front. The team could hold its shape, but it couldn't deliver the knockout punch. And that realization shaped everything about how he approached this season.
Then I think the group is really good. I said that last year. I think we can give so much more with the same players, and then all the work that we did before buying Matheus and Bryan and even Diego, all that work behind the scenes to know the players, to talk with people that...
Which brings us to where Amorim started his rebuild, the left wing. Amorim's first focus was the left wing, because that position had been a mix of excitement and frustration. Last season, it was Alejandro Garnacho's spot. Now, Garnacho is electric on the ball. He's quick, fearless, and always willing to take on defenders. But he's still raw. His decision-making in the final third was inconsistent, and when the pressure was on, his composure in front of goal just wasn't there. After the Europa League final, the relationship between Garnacho and Amorim took a hit. Amorim wanted reliability, not just flashes of brilliance, so he went out and signed one of the most complete wingers in the Premier League, Matheus Cunha. Cunha is more than just a wild forward. He can create, he can score, and he works relentlessly off the ball. He's the kind of player who will track back to help his fullback and still be the first man leading the counter-attack seconds later. Last season he scored 15 goals, and that's while playing in a system where he had to take up the attacking load. His close control is excellent, he can operate in tight spaces, and he doesn't panic when he gets into goal-scoring positions. It's not just about the goals though. Cunha gives United a winger who can link play with the midfield, win duels in wide areas, and press intelligently. He's a consistent outlet, exactly what United lacked last season. And the best part? There's depth behind him now. Mason Mount, when fit, can be a solid option to rotate into that position. And if not for the off-field issues, Jadon Sancho could have been perfect for this role after the dribbling form he showed at Chelsea last season. But Amorim wasn't stopping at the left, because the right wing needed an even bigger shake-up. The right wing last season was another area Amorim knew needed a serious overhaul. Last season, it was a mix of Antony and Amad. Antony struggled badly in a United shirt. The sharp, dangerous winger people remembered from his Betis days just never appeared in the Premier League. Amad, on the other hand, was one of the few bright spots in United's attack. He scored 8 goals, provided 6 assists, and showed real promise. But as good as he was, he's still young. Expecting him to deliver 20 goals a season at this stage is unrealistic. Amorim knew he needed a proven, consistent goal threat to start on that flank. That's when Bryan Mbeumo comes in. 4th top scorer in the Premier League last season, 2nd highest XG over performer in Europe's top 5 leagues, and Brentford's focal point in attack. He is everything United lacked on that side. Mbeumo is a left-footed, inverted winger who thrives cutting inside from the right, but he's far from one-dimensional. He can go outside, hit the byline, and deliver with either foot. That variety makes him difficult to defend because defenders can't predict whether he'll drive inside for a shot or take them on down the line. His pace is another major weapon. United's counter-attack lost its biggest threat when Marcus Rashford was forced out in January. Mbeumo fills that gap instantly. Only a handful of players in the league scored more goals from fast breaks than him last season, and his instinct to run in behind the moment possession is won gives United the direct, aggressive outlet they've been missing. But Mbeumo isn't just about goals and speed. He works hard defensively. At Brentford, he regularly tracked back to cover his fullback, dropped into defensive midfield positions when needed, and wasn't afraid to put in tackles. That's a big plus for Amorim's system, where wide players have to be as committed off the ball as they are on it. The numbers speak for themselves: 20 goals last season, top 4 in big chances created, and one of the most durable players in the league. He adds pace, creativity, pressing, and most importantly the end product. Combined with Ahmad's energy and defensive work rate, United now have a right flank that can attack, defend, and adapt to different game states, something they simply didn't have before. And with the wings rebuilt, Amorim's next step was to fix the most important position in the attack, the striker. But before we talk about that, please hit the subscribe button. Thank you. Up front is where Amorim knew the biggest change had to happen. Last season, Rasmus Højlund carried the striker role, but the struggles were clear. United weren't creating enough chances, but even when opportunities did come, Højlund wasn't clinical. He missed key moments, couldn't consistently hold up the ball to bring others into play, and against deep defenses, he often got stuck playing with his back to the goal and running into brick walls. For a team trying to challenge at the top, that simply wasn't enough. This summer, Amorim went for a different profile. Someone who could finish, link play, stretch defenses, and give United another dimension. That player is Benjamin Šeško. At 6'5", he's a towering presence, but his game isn't just about size. He's quick, clocking one of the fastest top speeds among Bundesliga strikers last season, and loves running in behind. That vertical threat means if United wins the ball and plays early, Šeško can explode past defenders before they can react. At Leipzig, he demonstrated his ability to play as both a traditional number 9 and as a second striker in systems similar to Amorim's setup. In both roles, he worked with a playmaker drifting inside and wide players offering width, exactly what United now have with Cunha and Mbeumo. He's comfortable dropping off the line to receive the ball, using good close control to turn and drive forward, or simply laying it off before spinning in behind. That ability to link midfield to attack is something United have been missing. In front of the goal, Šeško is all about power. Whether it's from inside the box or distance, like his stunning strike against Bayern Munich on the counter, he can generate pace and accuracy that gives goalkeepers no chance. He also brings a serious aerial threat, his leap and timing make him one of the most dangerous headers of the ball in Europe, with a conversion rate of around 29% on headed shots, almost double what some elite strikers manage. For a United side that took the fewest headed shots and scored the fewest headed goals in the league last season, that's a major upgrade. He's also a weapon defensively. His height and aerial dominance will help United in their own box during set pieces, where they've struggled for years. And offensively, with players like Dalot, Patrick Dorgu and Mbeumo delivering crosses, Šeško offers an entirely new route to goal. He's not perfect, he still misses chances and will need to adapt to the Premier League, but his physical attributes, pace and versatility give him tools Højlund simply doesn't have yet. And under Amorim, who's developed strikers before, his ceiling is huge. With Šeško leading the line, Amorim also has options. Backup striker Joshua Zirkzee can bring a different style, dropping deeper, linking play, or even partnering Šeško in games where United want 2 up top. And for cup games, there's young Chido Obi, who has impressed in pre-season with his movement and dribbling. Now with the striker position finally addressed, United's attack has a balance it hasn't had in years. And that's where Bruno Fernandes comes in to tie it all together. For the past few seasons, Bruno Fernandes has carried an attacking load no midfielder should have to. Every creative spark, every key pass, every moment United looked dangerous usually had him at the centre of it. And while his numbers stayed impressive, the problem was obvious. The supporting cast around him wasn't consistent enough. Too often, if Bruno didn't create or score, United didn't threaten. That changes now. With Cunha on the left, Mbeumo on the right, and Šeško through the middle, Bruno finally has 3 reliable outlets in front of him who can all score 15 to 20 goals a season. That instantly transforms his role. Instead of forcing risky passes into tight spaces or taking on low percentage shots because there's no other option, he can pick and choose. The runners around him give him more passing lanes, more space, and more freedom to dictate the tempo. Bruno's vision is one of the best in the league, and now he has pace on both wings and a striker who thrives on running in behind. That means more chances to split defenses with early through balls, more opportunities to switch play to isolate a winger one-on-one, and more options for combination play around the box. And with Šeško's aerial ability, Bruno's deliveries from set pieces instantly become more dangerous, something that's been underused in previous seasons. There's also a tactical shift here. In the past, opponents could key in on Bruno because they knew the attack would funnel through him and Rashford. Now, marking him tightly leaves space for Cunha and Mbeumo to punish them, while leaving him free is a risk most teams won't want to take. That dilemma forces defenses to spread out, which is exactly what Amorim's system thrives on. And this isn't just about creating chances. With these new signings, Bruno can focus more on controlling matches, holding the ball when needed, picking the right moments to accelerate play, and using his work rate to press from the front, knowing there's depth and quality behind him to cover. It's a more balanced, less predictable United midfield, and Bruno's influence could grow because he won't be stretched too thin. Amorim has rebuilt United's attack into a unit that can score from anywhere, but what makes it even more dangerous is the versatility running through the squad. Amad can operate as a 10 or drop into midfield, giving United an extra creator in tighter games. Bruno, the heartbeat of the team, can shift out wide when needed, changing the angles of the attack and opening space for others. Cunha and Mbeumo aren't locked to the wings. Both can step in as strikers, offering different styles through the middle. Zirkzee can play off the left in a more creative link-up role, while Mason Mount can slot in on the right to stretch play or provide late runs into the box. This flexibility means United can adapt to opponents on the fly, change formations mid-game without substitutions, and cover injuries without losing quality. From both wings to the number 9, there's depth, variety, and players who can perform in multiple positions, something that's been missing for years. The bench finally offers genuine game-changing options, and the starting frontline has threats that demand respect from every defense in the league. This isn't just improvement. This is a terrifying, multi-dimensional attack ready to end the predictable patterns of recent seasons and replace them with a fluid, unpredictable system that can hurt you in countless ways. The narrative around Man United's attack is about to change, and it's Amorim who's written the first chapter. But what do you think? Well, let me know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel and check out our last video on Arsenal's 2026 squad. Thank you.